Hello class, my name is Theophany and I'm going to be going over my brochure for Unit 4, the psychological disorder brochure, specifically postpartum depression. Now, if any of you are not educated on what postpartum depression is, a little run through before we get into it deeper is postpartum depression happens to mothers who have given birth and they start to feel really overwhelmed, really tired, sad, just upset with themselves, with their baby, with everything. They're confused, and it usually happens when they're alone or if they feel alone. So this brochure is just bringing awareness to that and how there are treatment options that a mother could take to, get through her depression phase. So to start, history of postpartum depression. This discusses how back, even before the 16th century, there were women who were called crazy for having mood swings or doing really gruesome things to their children after giving birth to them. They were even sometimes considered witches because of the terrible things that were being done back then to their kids by themselves. So I put in the 16th century, many scientists found women who have random acts of outlashes and sadness to be crazy. The only real reports are linked to mothers who would be swelled with happiness while they're pregnant, and then following weeks after birth, they would fall into a deep darkness and they'd murder their child. These mothers were deemed crazy and treated in a mental facility. They call these acts, I'm sorry if I pronounce this wrong, melancholic filicide. And I have a quote here from Amy Davidson, who is an actor. She said, "The first month I just couldn't stop crying." On this panel I have some things that usually causes postpartum depression, which is hormones. So when a woman is pregnant, when a woman is generally pregnant, she has an increase of hormones. And to stabilize those hormones or keep those hormones up, sometimes doctors prescribe medicine to the mothers to keep those hormones up because it's important for the health of your child. So imagine a mother with all these hormones give birth to a child, and now she's on the come down, pretty much. All those hormones rushing downwards in a downward spiral, pretty much, and it's really stressful. You don't really know what to do with those emotions, and sometimes someone with a history of depression also gets postpartum depression really easily. I guess you can say really easily. Stress also is a factor. And here I have little tabs that just reminders that postpartum depression doesn't go away on its own. It is recommended that you do get help from your physician. Statistics show that 1 in 7 women experience postpartum depression. It can happen with a mother of 1 child, 2 children, or even on her 3rd child. And I have a number for postpartum support. On the second panels, I have treatment options, a celebrity story, and my citations for all this information. But treatment options, we have the number 1 option is to do not face postpartum depression alone. Call and make an appointment with your doctor, schedule a meeting with your local psychologist. Other recommendations are talk to your friends, your families, your partners. find a mom-friendly support group. Sometimes, if you can, go for a walk, because you never know that postpartum depression can happen at any point in time. Go for a walk or get some exercise. Make sure you eat healthy, but most importantly, try to make time for yourself. And also here I have the story of Chrissy Teigen, who is John's wife. I'm pretty sure you guys know who she is. So she goes, before the holidays, I went to my GP for a physical. John sat next to me and I looked at my doctor, and my eyes welled up because I was so tired of being in pain, of sleeping on a couch, of waking up through the night, of throwing up, of taking things out on the wrong people, of not enjoying life, of not seeing my friends, not having the energy to take my baby for a stroll. Then she goes to mention how her doctor pulled out a book and started listing symptoms, and she's agreeing with pretty much everything that pinpoints to her having postpartum depression. She then goes to explain the way she recovered from her postpartum. She says, I remember being so exhausted but happy to know that we could finally get on the path of getting better. John had the same excitement. Chrissy mentions that she started taking antidepressants that her doctor gave her, and it also helped when she was being more open and honest to the situations going on in her life with her family. I do hope in this flyer does enlighten some people if you are one of those mothers who are going through this. Please do seek help because postpartum depression is a really serious thing. Thank you guys for listening.